What's up, everybody? This is Spectacular Smith, and welcome to the Spectacular Experience. What's up, everybody? This is Spectacular Smith, and I am the host of the Spectacular Experience. All right, today I want to get into overcoming your fears. A lot of times people are so fearful of the smallest things, and sometimes those smallest things are the things that keep you away from your goals and your dreams. So just imagine if you wasn't afraid, because a lot of you guys are paralyzed by fear. Just believing in the fear alone would stop you from achieving your goals. So never be fearful. Take those moments and just head in a new direction when you feeling like you're actually being afraid. So take it, redirect it. Fear makes everything worse. When you're actually afraid of something, it can be something that's nothing and it doesn't mean anything. It's straight harmless. But by you being fearful, then you're actually making things worse because you're afraid of it. I seen one of the videos on Instagram going viral of a little kid. He was so scared. He was on a rope and his body was under the water and he was crying hysterically. And he was so scared. I mean, if you looked at his eyes, you would have felt like he was literally about to fly off a waterfall cliff. He was crying. And then he actually put his feet on the ground and he stood up. The water was down to his knees. But he was so scared. But that's a prime example of how you're being so scared of something and so fearful of something that's so harmless. So imagine those things in your life that's really not as bad as it seems. Okay? You got to make sure you move in the right direction. All right. You got to make sure you move in a new direction. When you move beyond your fears, that's when you feel free, because you have to get over it. You have to figure out a way to overcome it. And when you actually overcome your fears and you start feeling the freedom that kid felt once he realized he can stand up and the water was only to his knees, that moment, everything just released. All the fear just exited his body. All right. So you don't want to be held captive to something that doesn't even really exist. You want to get past your fears. You want to paint a picture in your mind and be able to say, this is something that I'm no longer afraid of. This is something that's not serious to me. And I need to get over this fear because it's nothing to this person, it's nothing to this person, it's nothing to this person, and it shouldn't be anything to me. So let me figure out, how can I overcome this fear? The more real and believable it is in your mind when you believe the fear, but once you remove that and you say to yourself, this is not real, I am not going to believe in this, then you're opening your mind to overcoming that fear. Imagine it will lead you to what's the best for you. Imagine that the thing that you was afraid of is going to lead you to your goals, to your dreams, to the things that's going to impact you. Okay, just picture yourself, right? Because I want you to take 2 steps back now and just think about some of the things that you feel like you really want in life. Let's remove the fear. Let's picture it. And the more clearer that you see that thing that you want, that you was afraid of, that one thing, the more real and believable it becomes. Even before having it. The more you believe it, the more your brain convinces you that it's gonna happen and that is real. Because your brain don't understand the difference between reality and a dream. Or those thoughts, when you're telling yourself this, it becomes reality to yourself. So once you're repeating something over and over and over again and you're visualizing it, and you're overcoming everything that you thought was not there, and you put it there even though it's not there, and you make it believable in your brain, in your mind. So you have to understand that the things that you're thinking, that you're envisioning for your life, your goals, your dreams, aspirations, like you want to make sure that's real, that's believable, so it can become as true as possible. You can start taking those things and start imagining them before you get it. Focus on what you can gain instead of what you can lose. These are all mind shifts. You need to switch your mind, switch everything. I need you to switch it. Get into second gear. And I'm going to say that one more time. Focus on what you can gain instead of what you would lose. And once you adapt that mentality, you're able to execute on the highest levels, on the highest frequencies. Okay, because the faster you get rid of that thing that was holding you back, it's the faster you can actually get to that new opportunity that's presenting itself on the other side of that fear that you have. So remember, the things that you're afraid of is never as bad as you imagine. It's safer to search and go find what you need in life. What are those things that you need to put together? Those steps, that goal, that plan. So always remember, when you're going through something and you are in a less fortunate situation, it's better to go out and go find other opportunities that's going to enhance your situation versus you stand exactly where you at and hoping and wishing for somebody to just drop you a miracle. Go out, go get it, go make it happen for yourself. At all times, do not stay in a situation where you know that is not going to be beneficial for you to stay there and just wait for somebody to drop something on you. You have to go out there and be actively looking for the things that's going to benefit you so you can better your situation. Do not just stay and drown in misery, and do not have those clouded fears taking over your head. Those worries that shouldn't be there. Stop thinking about what can go wrong instead of what can go right. Change your belief system. The way that you think, your mind, change it. A lot of you guys out there are thinking about what can go wrong instead of what can go right. And I know I'm right. Nobody has to tell me I'm right. Nobody has to DM me and text me or say, man, Spec, you right. Stop thinking about the negative. Stop thinking about what's the worst that can happen and start thinking about what's the best that can happen. Think about all the great things that's happening in your life and the things that could happen if you do certain things right. It's so many times that I actually take, risks on things and getting over my fear with things and just going for it. I'm going to give you a story. I actually just did this in my company. We have a program where I actually teach people how to start businesses from scratch and teach them how to build it through social media. We did a Black Friday sale, and I literally did a text blast on something called Superphone, and it was going to cost me $3,300 for a text blast. I looked at my team. Everybody was like, I don't know, Spec. I was like, you know what? I did the math. I did the numbers on it. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. We sent that text blast. My phone would not stop popping up with notifications. Sale, you got to sell, you got to sell, you got to sell, you got to sell. I had so many new students. I had over 160 new students. Now, mind you, the actual new program that I launched, which is called an undergrad accelerator, is pretty much $600 and something for the year. And this is for me to go live every single month and teach them a skill set that's going to actually help them progress in life and in their business. And it's actually me going on live for an hour once a month, and they get access to my team to ask whatever questions and homework that I give them on that live. Just imagine that. And I have my entrepreneur students come on, and some of my successful entrepreneur friends who are doing 7, 8, and 9 figures come on with me and help me teach sometimes during the month when I do my lives. So imagine if I didn't take that jump of faith and I was just like, you know what? I get into my cheap mode, my frugal mode, and I say, you know what? I'm not doing it. It's too much to risk, because I get cheap sometimes. But I did the numbers and I was like, you know what? I don't care if I don't get one sale. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get over this fear. Instead of believing that I'm going to lose $3,000, I'm saying, well, how much can I gain? How many more people can I help by taking this risk? And I got 150 something. I think it was like 160 when the weekend was over. That was just in one day. By the time the weekend was over, we actually was up to 175 students, new students for my undergrad accelerator program. Insane. All right. So just get over the fear. If you guys are scared of something, think about the positive. Think about what could go right instead of thinking of the glass half empty. Think about it half full and what can go right in your situation. And that one thing that you've been so scared of, go attack it. Okay. So I love you guys. I want you guys to go ahead and tackle one thing that you're afraid of, and something that is pretty much nothing that you're making a big deal about it, and I want you to attack it. Okay. So I love you guys. Make sure you post this on social media, tag me, share this link with somebody after you tackle that one fear. I love you guys. I'm out. See you on the next podcast.